welcome to my channel. So this is my 2019 makeup empties for the whole entire year. Now before I get started, I want to tell you guys, this is going to take a minute because it was a lot. There was a lot, but I'm going to show you everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into it and not ramble because this is going to take a minute. So I'm going to just go ahead and start with the setting sprays. All of them are Ulta Beauty. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 of the full sizes and 1 of the mini. These have been in a box for the entire year. So this naturally is going to, some of the stuff is dirty. And I was going to clean it up, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it out anyway. So, you know, I'll clean it up at some other time. So anyway, let's see where else I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the mascaras. I finished a Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. Actually, I finished 2 of those. And then my third one is this Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. These are deluxe sizes. I finished 3 of the Sephora Lashcraft Big Volume Mascara. These 3. So far we are at 6. And I finished this Clinique. So that's 7. This Tartist, and that's 8. Let's see. And then I've got the full sizes. The Bare Minerals Flawless Definition, so that's 9. The Isadora Stretch Lash Mascara, so that's 10. And this MAC, I don't know what it was called, but it was a brown mascara. So how many was that? I literally just forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mascaras. So that's really good. That is really good. I'm really happy with those numbers. Really, really happy with those numbers. Now, let's go ahead and talk about concealers. I finished 2 concealers this year. I finished the Benefit Erase Paste and the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I also finished, well, that's it for the concealers. Let's go to the eyeliners. I ended up finishing quite a bit of eyeliners. I finished this one. I think this was Jante Blue, and this is the Maybelline Deluxe size, and I believe this one was Ciate, and then this Clinique Quickliner for eyes. I really, really, really like this eyeliner a lot, along with the Maybelline. I would purchase those again. And then the Color Max All Day Matte Liquid Liner in Ebony. I finished that, so you know that's pretty good. I finished 5 liners, so that's not too bad. And I really don't have many eyeliners left. These were just basically sent to me or gifts with purchase, things like that. So, you know, I'm not too upset about it at all. Anyway, let's see here. Let's go ahead and move on to the powders. The powders I'm pretty proud of. I finished 4 this year. This is the MAC Studio Care Blend Pressed Powder, and this is the Studio Fix MAC Powder Foundation. I would not purchase this one again. I would just purchase a regular powder like this one. But I do like them. It's just I would prefer just a regular pressed powder if I was to purchase them. Again, this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. Right here, it's just a little deluxe size. And then the Darling Girl #Filter Faker Perfecting Powder. So I'm glad that this one is finally out. I'm glad that all of these are out. So yay, I did a lot better on the powders than I thought that I would, which is a good thing. Moving on to the face primers. I finished the Too Faced Primed and Peachy, the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. The Stellar Brilliant Primer. The Laura Geller Spackle Treatment in Even Tone. All of these are pretty much deluxe sizes, minis, that kind of thing. The Professional by Benefit. The Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh, which I did enjoy. I did like this a lot. The Murad Oil and Pore Control Mattifier Broad Spectrum SPF 45. Another little Professional. The Cover FX Blurring Primer. It was a card sample, but there was a lot in here. And then the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer sample. And I also finished the Smashbox half ounce primer. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I finished 10 primers this year. I'm almost done with a full-size one. So I'm still really happy with those numbers. Really happy with those numbers. Now let's go ahead and move on to blushes. I finished this Violet Ross Studio blush right here. It's really kind of hard to tell, but it was just in a subscription box. And then this one right here is by Notoriously Morbid and Audrey. And this is Sweet Minerals and Naked Caramel. And I tend to use this as a blush a lot, but then I ended up putting it in a lotion, which was a huge mistake. But anyway, I did go ahead and use this up, and this is the Becca highlighter in Rose Gold, but I used it as a blush because it was just too dark for me. But then I used it, it's a mess right now, because I ended up using it as to Franken and things like that whenever I was messing with my e.l.f. palette when I shouldn't have been. But whatever. And then I finished this. Okay, next let's go ahead and talk about eye primers. I finished 3 of these Kat Von D Lock-It. They are the color correcting eyeshadow primer in light. Yeah, they're Lock-It. And this one was not in light. This one was in tan. So I finished 3 of these, and I really enjoy these. In fact, I am almost done with my 4th one, but obviously it didn't happen in 2019, and that's okay. But I did go ahead and finish this. And then I finished this Darling Girl Instafix eye powder. This was something that was used to go ahead and set my primer, so you know, I just threw it in with the primers. But either way, I have 3 primers out. And then I only finished 1 lip liner. That's just because this was pretty much all that I had, and this was the Sephora gel lip liner. So yeah, I finished that. Just 1. I don't have any. I'm happy about that. Now let's go into foundations. Let's go ahead and talk about the ridiculous foil samples that nobody needs. I finished this one. This one is NARS, I think. Yeah, this was NARS. Just a little card sample, not a card sample, but one of these. I wish foundation company or companies in general would send this much foundation to know if you like it or not. So yeah, but I wasn't a fan of that, but that's okay. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like this right here is the Perricone MD no makeup foundation serum. I mean, these really just irritate the crap out of me. I didn't use every single one because they were just too dark for me, but you know, yeah, they annoy the crap out of me. And then this Lancome Paris Tint Idol Ultra Wear. I ended up using useless card sample foundations. Just useless. We all know that they're useless. But to go on to some of the full-size stuff. Oh, wait. Here's another NARS one that I used up. And next is the Isadora Active All Day Wear Makeup 24 Hours in Warm Beige. This was a little bit too dark for me, so I did lighten it up by using the powder foundation by MAC. It really did lighten it up. I did enjoy this foundation. However, I hated the cap just the way to do it, or just the packaging. I hated the packaging. That's what I'm looking for. And there was supposed to be a pump in this. This is what everybody told me, but I couldn't find the pump. I mean, I don't know. I think mine was probably defective, but this would be a lot better if there was a pump. Would be so much easier to use because this was messy. And then, of course, I ended up finishing 3 MAC foundations, which is surprising. No, sorry, 4 MAC foundations. And yeah, so I have stuff to back to MAC. And of course, I'm going to have to save this because that is the pump and that is $10. So yeah. So all in all, I finished 5 MAC foundations. Or no, not MAC foundations. I finished 5 foundations and a couple of card samples, which is fine. Now to go on to the disappointing number of, wait a second, hold on, there was another eye primer that I finished. This is the Ulta Beauty Tinted Eye Primer. I hated this color, and then towards the end I ended up using it as sort of like a cream highlight, and I wish I would have done that in the very beginning because that was awful. This one was in Satin Blush, but I do like the Ulta primers. There's nothing wrong with them. I just definitely would not purchase this. I'm glad that this was sent to me for free and a gift with purchase type of thing whenever I went ahead and purchased foot masks, things like that. So to move on to the disappointing numbers of my lipsticks this year, I am disappointed in that. What can I say? So I finished the Buxom Pump Up the Volume Full On Plumping Lip Polish, and I just did not like it. There was 3 in here. This one is Serena, Brandy, and Dolly. They were extremely sticky, and I always have my hair down, and it just kept on sticking to my lips, and it was just driving me crazy. This is why I'm not a fan of lip gloss in general, because it always just, it's sticky. I don't like it. Anyway, the next one is this mini right here liquid lipstick. This one is Ammo Cosmetics, and this one was in the shade Lucy. So that one was just, there was a lot in this. It was really deceiving how much was in this because it's so tiny, but I liked it. It was fine, and it smelled good, but I wouldn't buy it or anything. And I finished this Tom Ford lip color in Indian Rose. It's just a deluxe size. Stila Bordeaux. 2 of these Bite Beauty lipsticks in Glossé. I think that these were the Bite Beauty ones. Yeah, Bite. So I finished these. And then the Urban Decay After Dark lipstick. I always do this. I don't understand myself. I don't. And this one is the matte one in Bittersweet. These were part of the Revolution line that they had, and I still miss that line of lipsticks because I love them. And this right here is Estee Lauder in Tumultuous Pink. And then the 2 MAC lipsticks. This one is in Ruby Woo, the Retro Matte, Never Again, that is terrible. And this one is in Twig, so that is done. So I ended up finishing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lipsticks, and 1 lip liner and some lip gloss. So I'm disappointed by that. I really am. So now I'm going to go ahead and put all these away. Put them in a box, and I'm going to go ahead and organize my eyeshadows, but you guys aren't going to go ahead and notice that at all because I'm going to be right back, like right now. Now to move on to the eyeshadows, I'm just going to go ahead and go through these pretty quickly. All of them are going to be Darling Girl until they're not. This one is Mothman, Melon Heads, Love Arrow, Corpse Candle, Houston Strong, Afternoon Delight, and To Me You Are Perfect. I always swatch these in my Project Pan updates or intros rather. So if you want to see any swatches of any of them, check out my project pans. This one is Let's Go Get This Kicked Out of Us by Love, King Cake, Cake Pops, Cryptic, Bronze Dawn, Low Key, You Killed Marco, and London Calling, Smoked Peach, Love Actually Is All Around, Voodoo That You Do, Comet, which I really loved that shade a lot. Let's see here. Utopia, Unicorn Frappuccino, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs, Blanket Fort. There's probably going to be another Blanket Fort because I remember there being more than one at some point. Angel Kitten. We're just going to call this Mother because language. Sunday Funday and Ultraviolet, which was the Chroma Shifts. And let's see here. The next stack I have is Death by Stereo, Madam Hydra, Miss Peach, and I Have ESPN. The next stack is Cross That Beige, Thunderbird, Try Holy Water Death Breath, and Holy Franken F. Bad word. The next stack, Ornamental, King of Carnival, Masquerade, and Jeweled Taupe, My Adidas, Galactic Halo, Blue Flame, and Lullaby, Mystified, Enchanting Elba, Doubloon, and Pop Rocks and Soda. Oh my OMG, it's Rick Grimes, Sweet Mary Mother of Blank, October 3rd, Aurora. The next stack, Niffler, hashtag Mall Hair Don't Care, Dark Crystal, and Darla. Storm of Bad Word, Why Does This Keep Happening to Us, Periphery, and Prankster. The next stack, Nebula, Black Hole Sun, Lavender Sugar, and Brocade, which was my favorite out of the whole entire bunch. And now the last stack of Darling Girl Shadows, Talk to the Fin, Koi, The Flambeau, and Wood Sprite. And then I've got Glamour Doll Eyes in Ellen, BFTE Afra, BFTE Katya, Kristen Lee Cosmetics in Judy. This one is, I can't even tell, Psyche Minerals, I think, and this one is in Jinx. I have the NYX in Girl Talk, which was really, really pretty. Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy, Kat Von D Thunderstruck, and this one is Rebel House Lab Stardust Alchemy. And as far as my baggy samples go, these are not all of them because I lost some somehow. This was Dawn Eyes Cosmetics Sweet Dreams, Interfine Red Mica Powder by Coastal Scents, and the Paradise Rose Sky Mica by Coastal Scents. And then I also finished a cream shadow by Darling Girl, and this one is called Old School Glitter Potion. It ended up drying on me, but I did get use out of it before it did that. I just kept it around too long. Now, that's not all of the eyeshadows, believe it or not. There were some in palettes too that's not in this, But I'll cover all of that, my inventory numbers and everything. So be on the lookout for that, because I'll go over how many years and everything. But I finally finished the MAC Burgundy x9 palette. Thank goodness it is out of my life, and I'm so relieved. I finished the e.l.f. Mad for Matte. This was funny because of how many times I frankened it. And then I finished the Urban Decay Deluxe Shadow Box. Now, all of this makeup is over $1,000, and I am just thrilled that I had this much stuff out of my life now, and I used a ton. I ended up using, well, you'll see in my inventory numbers. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for tons of crazy project panning and just fun stuff. Just subscribe. Go ahead. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.